Hello, entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs to be. Have you ever wondered how new medications make their way to your pharmacy? With my background in life science, I'd like to share some insights about the pros and the cons of the EMA drug approval process. EMA is short for European Medicines Agency. In the US, you maybe know that's the FDA, which is the authority that is responsible for drug approval. Let's start with the basics. It takes an average of 10 to 15 years for new drugs to go from discovery to your medicine cabinet. Most drugs are approved through the centralized procedure, which applies to the entire European Union. That means you need only one drug approval to distribute your drug to all European countries instead of getting all separate approvals country per country. And the average of approved drugs per year in Europe is 37. So you see the number is not that high because this process takes so long and you don't know in the beginning if, for example, the trial will be successful. Only Big Pharma has enough money to pay for that kind of process. The EMA conducts the scientific evaluation of the drug, and if the benefit-risk balance is positive, the EMA issues a recommendation for approval. This process takes 210 days, and the actual approval is then granted by the European Commission. In addition to this standard approval pathway, there are also other options, such as the fast-track approval that was used for the COVID vaccine. As clinical trials are very time-consuming, the EMA has this option of a fast-track approval, which is a conditional approval in special circumstances, even though less comprehensive data is available than what would normally be necessary and needed for drug approval. This form of simplified authorization was used for 3 of 4 approved COVID vaccines, and the following criteria must be met. The benefit-risk ratio of the medicinal product is positive. It is likely that the applicant, so the pharma company, will be able to submit comprehensive data after the authorization. The medicinal product fulfills an unmet medical need, and the benefit of the immediate availability of the medicinal product to patients is greater than the risk arising from the fact that further data is still required. Conditional marketing approvals are valid for 1 year and they can be renewed annually. And once this approval has been granted, the holder of the marketing authorization, which is the same as approval, so sorry for switching with these words, but this approval holder must fulfill certain obligations with very specific deadlines. This includes, for example, a follow-up study or the subsequent submission of more data. However, the difficult implementation of these long-term safety monitoring and especially the regulatory measurements of the EMA has been criticized. And if you want to read more about that, please see the sources that I have linked below in the description. Now I'm curious, what do you think about this very tricky balance between safety assessment and time and especially suffering pressure of patients? Let me know in the comments, and also let me know what kind of life science topics you want me to cover, what you would like to know more about. Follow me for more and see you in the next video.